Hi everyone, my name is Phoebe Kipnok, and today we are going to I'm going to start with a recipe that has been requested by many of my followers, and that is falafel. Falafel is a pretty straightforward recipe to do, and let's just run through the ingredients that are required. You need 1 cup of pre-soaked chickpeas, a cup of dhania or fresh coriander leaves, 1 cup of white onions or leeks. For my case, I'm going to use leeks because I like its flavor. You need 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour that will assist to bind all the other ingredients. You'll need baking soda, a teaspoon, and then salt, a teaspoon. You'll also require garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, and then you need spices to make your falafels tasty. The spices that I use very regularly are coriander and cumin because they go very well together. And for this recipe, we shall require a teaspoon of cumin powder. I'll also use a teaspoon of coriander powder. I'll use a teaspoon of turmeric powder. I'll use a teaspoon of cardamom powder. And for those who like chili, you can use a 1/4 teaspoon of hot chili. But if you have kids and you know that they are going to have the falafels, you can omit, so the chili is optional. So let's go ahead and start this recipe. So it's a straightforward recipe. You put all the other ingredients, that is the chickpeas, in your food processor. Put in the garlics, put in the coriander leaves, and also add the onion or the leeks. And then I'll add teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a teaspoon of cardamom powder, and I think I like mine a bit chili, so I'll put almost a teaspoon of hot chili powder. Okay, so that is it. The other ingredients we shall add in later. So put it in your put everything in your food processor and pulse it. Don't blend it, because the consistency we are looking for is that of breadcrumbs. So do not blend it, but just pulse it until it's all mixed and properly. So I'll go ahead and pulse. See, the consistency is that of breadcrumbs. That is the consistency you're actually looking for. It should be coarse. So you transfer that into a bowl to allow you to mix it with the other ingredients. So transfer this into a clean large bowl. Yep. And then you add in the chickpea flour, and then add in the baking powder. Now mix this. The chickpea flour actually helps it to come together, or to to hold, because we are going to make balls out of the mixture ready for frying. And as you do that, you can as well put on the pan with the oil. It should be deep enough to allow for deep frying. So this is about 2.5 inches of oil. So once you have mixed it properly and you're satisfied that it is blended well, what you need to do is to make small balls, mold it into small balls, or some people also would just rather have it flat, like round shape but flat. I prefer mine round. They look appealing to the eye. And then as you do that, keep an eye on the oil. Don't let the oil overheat or burn. So keep an eye on your oil. And for you to achieve proper circular round balls, you use the middle, you put your palm like that, make a dip on it and put it on there, and this one also, and then you just press it. Do not press it very hard. Roll it like that until you get the desired shape, and then you put it on the plate. If you've not done this before, then it will take some practice actually for you to get used to making equal balls, very round, same size. But it's nice to just keep on trying until you get that perfect shape. The nutritional value of these chickpeas is quite high as compared to other beans. It is very high in protein. It's also, because of all the other ingredients that we've put in, it's also high in vitamin C, vitamin A. It's high in calcium, potassium, and so it is really a wholesome snack, or you can just have it as a meal. I prefer sometimes to have it for breakfast because I'm trying to keep away from bread. So for those of you who are looking for alternatives for bread, this is one alternative that is very nutritious and it is easy. And you can make so many of them beforehand and freeze them, so that when you need to use them, you just remove them from the freezer and let it defrost and fry them or bake them, and you're ready to go. So it is one of those meals that are very, they come in handy when you're doing a food preparation for a longer period of time, like if you want to have food in the fridge enough for a week. This is one of those recipes that will come in handy. I was thinking about, if you involve small children also, your kids, to participate in making this, they will enjoy it, and they will enjoy the process of making it, and they will also enjoy eating it because they have participated in cooking. So once you have made all the balls are ready, I'll try to hasten the process. You put it in the fridge for half an hour to 1 hour, so it keeps the form, and it will also be easier to fry, because if you fry it directly, they may come apart. So it is very important that you put it in the fridge first before for it to cool down before frying them. And that process of putting it in the fridge before frying them will also give it the outer part of the falafel to be very crispy. The outer part will be very crispy, which is very nice to eat, and the inner part will be soft and very nice and very delicious. So yeah, don't forget that part of putting it in the fridge for half an hour to 1 hour. Keep an eye on the oil so that it doesn't burn or become too hot, because if you put it in very hot oil, it's also not very good. So I have finished the process of making the balls, so I'll transfer this into the fridge, leave it for half an hour to 1 hour. We're now ready to fry our falafels. Remember, they've been sitting in the fridge for half an hour, or it can sit for more than like an hour or so for it to cool down properly. So when you fry them, they'll give you actually that crispy, crunchy feel when you're eating them. Make sure that the oil is not too hot. You check your oil whether it's ready for frying, and you can control the oil to make sure that it's not too hot. Just control, increase the heat or reduce the heat as is required. So I'll try and see. Definitely maybe not ready yet, but we shall give it another few minutes for it to get the proper temperature, and then we shall fry them. And remember, the desired color should be golden brown. If it becomes too dark, then probably you are overcooking them, because you still want to have your falafels soft inside, so they are not dry, but they are cooked through. So the oil should actually be the right temperature. Yeah, I think that's the right temperature. Let's continue. Just fry them in batches. Don't put too many at one go, otherwise the temperature of the oil will go down and it will not fry as you're planning to. So that's enough now. Keep an eye on them while you are frying them, and you might actually need to turn them so that one side does not cook more than the other. And you'll fry for about 6 to 8 minutes, depending on the sizes of the balls that you have made. So keep turning them so they cook uniformly, and also keep on checking the heat. You can reduce or increase the heat depending on how fast it's going. It's almost done. Almost getting the desired color, and it has been probably about 6 minutes now. Give it another minute or so. But I'll also keep an eye on it so that it doesn't burn. Because once they have cooked to this far, then for them burning will be very, very easy. So this is not something that you're going to do and do something else, dovetail and do something else. No, you have to be there so that you do not overdo it. Yeah, that's a beautiful color. And then transfer it into a bowl which has a paper towel, so that the excess oil can drain. Put in the next batch. Increase the heat a bit for the oil to come back to the desired temperature. That looks beautiful. So that's it really, guys. Falafels done. And as I said earlier, you can either have it as a snack or just include it in your main meal. Choose the dressing you want to use according to your taste, and it's a fantastic meal or a snack for that matter, because it's very, very nutritious. So enjoy, and I hope you're going to practice. And again, don't forget when you to comment below and show us what you are going to come up with. We would like to see whether you have succeeded in making some falafels yourself. Thank you and goodbye.